Alright, what's going on everyone? Hope everyone's having a great day. Yeah, got my first viewer submitted replay that we're going to be watching here today. This is going to be a Vermont game from Dabiggrich. Some of you guys might recognize Dab. He does with a bunch of other streamers as well from time to time. As well as we've got Full Metal Yankee in this game. Full Metal's another streamer. Commander Shotgun is also in this game. And yeah, Dab's in the Vermont on Trident. I'm not the biggest fan of the Trident map. A couple different reasons for that. It's a bit of a pain in the butt when it comes to how the game works out, and just, I don't know. It's a really small map, especially if we're looking again here at tier 10 plus. So we do have a Hanover and a Satsuma in the game. So Trident, not great for keeping yourself hidden. It's everything basically in this game is going to have range on the entire map, and that's a little bit lackluster, especially for a boat that doesn't have, stellar armor. It does get decent armor, but yeah, still not the greatest armor here on the old Vermont. So Dab right away, doing his thing here.
Enemy force detected.
Gonna take a position in the middle of the map. That's kind of key, kind of important. With the Vermont having such large guns, it tends to make sure that he's gonna keep his guns at play. Right away, the Essex is spotted here, so we're gonna take some pop shots at the Essex. Would be sweet to get the Essex out. I mean, on paper, the Vermont has the guns to do it, but with changes to carrier armor layout, because wargaming logic and reasons, yeah, it's a little bit harder to dev strike carriers than it used to be in the past, at least. So yeah, there you go. Dab got his pop shot off, did what he could to the carrier, tried to take him out. Gotta do that. I mean, why the hell not? As you can see, he's taking return fire. But the one thing that you're gonna see here time after time with the Vermont is that even though it's a huge ship, it gets great concealment. Why and how? Don't know. Just again, logic, reasons. So yeah, Vermont's got awesome concealment and also gets the FAA. So that does come in handy when going up against torpedo bombers, like what's coming in on him now. If you are unaware, if you have DEF-AA and you hit the DEF-AA and the torpedo bomber is attacking you, it's going to widen their spread and potentially help you dodge those torpedoes. So that's something to keep in mind, because again, planes really don't get killed anymore. Sees a Republic, Dab with almost a snapshot on the Republic, but he's an experienced player and knows what he's doing. These are going to connect with the Republic. It's just a question of how much it's going to do. So 3 pens, almost 12k damage right off of the Republic. Great shooting there by Dab. Dab's not going to miss too many salvos here. And again, as mentioned before, almost going to be exclusively playing at range for a vast majority of this game, just due to the way that this map's kind of set up, which honestly, that kind of sucks for, ships that want to push or whatever. You're just going to get peppered. This is a hard shot on the Republic. I believe he's going to miss this year, but the Republic ends up turning inbound, and that just is what it is. But still, great lead there. Would have had him had he not turned in. Dab's over there looking at the Fletcher, thinking, hey, am I going to be able to get some shots off over on this Fletcher? Let's take a shot maybe. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, a wild Des Moines appears. Dab's already slowing down to try to ensure that he's going to get decent salvos on this Des Moines here. Des Moines looks like he's going to kite out. Would have been the right thing for the Des Moines to do. I'm guessing the Des Moines, maybe the DD spotted over there or something, and then the Des Moines turns back, and as soon as he starts turning back, Dab is on it and letting those shells fly. Let's see what happens. Whammy! There you go, got 2 citadels and 3 pens and 5 over pens on that Des Moines. That is going to put the Des Moines in a world of hurt there. We'll see how much that Des Moines has left. Des Moines, oh geez, 2.5k was left on the Des Moines. Unfortunately, the team doesn't get the opportunity to finish that off. Dab almost takes the blind shots there.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full
It
alert.
might have been worth it. Again, Repub, Dab seeing it, saying, hey, we're going to shoot at that because I can. Almost would have been interesting to see Dab take a shot there at the Burgon, but the Burgon is going to be a little bit, it does the throttle jacking a little bit better than the Republic. And he's angled out, so honestly that was probably the better choice there by Dab. If you guys are wondering even, well hey, the Republic's farther away. Well, yeah, but the Burgon's kiting out. He's going to do less damage if he connects. So smart shooting there by Dab. And again, this Republic says, hey, I don't want my HP anymore, so I'm going to show the Vermont that I know is there that's been shooting me the whole game, my broadside. And Dab decides to oblige him.
The enemy team is
Some
taking
rounds
the
into
lead.
him, another 10k off the Republic. Someone in chat is very, very angry. So luckily we have that covered over here. Who is that individual? Oh, they're Trump. The Trump is using gamer words right now. So wonderful, wonderful feller. That's awesome. Dab's almost a little bit too close here right now, and you can tell he kind of realizes that. He's slowing down, even though we got the battleships cutting out. He's in a bit of a pickle. Everything's kind of pushed back, but if we open up here and we're not positioned properly, could eat some damage here. Satsuma's doing its funny button maneuvers. Dab's speeding up. What's nice about the Vermont, even though it's not a fast ship, top speed wise,
Concentrate
it
fire.
did recently get a buff to its acceleration, which again makes no sense that it accelerates very fast for a battleship, believe it or not, but the top speed is just not there. I guess that's just the way that Wargaming wanted to balance that out. So, you know, reasons. That Des Moines, again, that Dab had at 2.5k is looking a little sad there. Dab looks to try to finish him. I think Dab's indecisive if he's going to shoot the Des Moines or chunk over the Satsuma, because that is looking crisp. And rounds out on the Satsuma. Unfortunately, our Des Moines is ripping ripperonis. Let's see what Dab does to the Satsuma. Ho 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 ho! 30k off the Sat. Petro coming in here, and again, the Petro knows the Vermont is here. It literally just shot the bananas out of its Satsuma. You would think that would be the cause for the Petro to go, yes, I am the Russian boat, but I do not want to give broadside to Vermont. No, he decides to still say, Russian boat, no field broadside. It's okay, da da da. And Dad's gonna say, yeah, we'll put that armor to the test here. And the man apparently can shoot jello.
Anti-aircraft
so
gun crews are on full alert.
And Dab chunks him for 35k. Da, comrade, you should have angled proper. And now that Petro is ripping ripperonis. By the way, the other hero in this game here, besides Dab's div mate in the Ohio, is going to be Mr. Full Metal. That Baji plays a hell of a game. Just from holding over there, knowing when to kite out like he is right now, trying to keep his ship and his guns in the game. Again, this Illinois just saw what Dab did to the Petro. You would think there would be a different course of action. You would think.
Anti-aircraft gun crews
But
are
no.
on normal alert.
But no. And Dab shoots him. And Dab 21Ks him. That now makes basically this Z52 over here can polish him off. The Baji can polish him off. The carrier can. Yeah. So Dab's going to do some very, very skillful shooting here. And this is something that I hope that a lot of you guys watch if you're new to the game. Dab's going to utilize his battleship against destroyers. And destroyers should always be a #1 target, a #1 thing that anyone should be trying to take out that's going to greatly hurt the team. And Dab's going to put this to use. This is hell of marksmanship right here in the gearing, timing that shot out over that, realizing that his engine's down, not putting too much lead, and still hitting the gearing. So, doesn't look like a lot, but even just hitting that once, that now means that that gearing's one torpedo away from dying, a couple salvos away from the Z-52 from dying. Dab realizes the Republic's there, angles away, messes with his throttle a little bit, and tries to evade. Looks at the palm, then realizes, yeah, I could shoot the palm, but there's a Fletcher 11K away from me, almost in torpedo range of me. I need to look at that or finish off this gearing and help out my team. So again, gearing's engine's still out. Fletcher's right there. Dab's gonna shoot at the Fletcher, kind of equalize the Fletcher, and make that a whole hell of a lot easier for that Z-52. Taking 5K off the Fletcher, putting him at 2K, that is huge for the Z, because then he can hopefully finish something else. Again, the Kabarovsk on the friendly team here is not happy with his team, even though he's hasn't had too much of an impact himself. Guys, always stay in the game. Try your best to be advantageous and helpful to your team and your teammates. There's no point in getting angry at your team, especially even, you know, it doesn't look close on points. We're close on paper here. And Dab's going to put everything to its test. Again, everyone just saying, hey, I'm going to sail broadside to the Vermont. I don't know where Dab got these paid actors from, but, you know, well done, Dab. Again, 10K off the Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's got an interesting armor layout, so sometimes you don't get those fun, super high damage rolls on the Puerto Ricos there. Again, now, see the work that Dab did on the gearing? Gearing's at 3.1K HB. That makes, again, the CV can take out that gearing at will, essentially. Puerto Rico is kiting out. It's going to make it a little bit harder for, like, the Baji and the Z to deal with them. And just the AA is going to hurt the CV. So Dab's going to get the finishing shots over here on the Puerto Rico. This is actually really clutch and key. Taking that gun, taking the points away from the team, and taking the AA out of the game for our CV to let our CV eat over here, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Dab realizes the Republic's there, so instead of sailing broadside like everyone else on the team, enemy team, Dab's going to angle away, play with his throttle, and avoid most of the Republic shells, which is super, super clutch. Well done to Dab there. Perfect angling. Again, Vermont, great concealment. Dab's utilizing its range and concealment here well. Doesn't have great armor, so Republic guns will clap it, especially with the Satsuma right there. Dab's going to put rounds at range on the Satsuma here and just show his stellar marksmanship, which he has been doing all game long. There we go. Only 4.4K off the Satsuma, but whatever. Any damage is damage, right? Especially at range. Got to do what you can here. Try to keep the team in it. His dipmate, Full Metal Yankees, trying his best to push into the Bravo cap. Team's getting low on points here. Down, they almost have 800 points. The Kabarovsk honestly should probably be pushing towards Bravo with Full Metal to try to take Bravo to stall the points. Dab gets stellar shots off here at the Republic, utilizing that spotter plane. For those of you that don't know, if you got the spotter plane up, if you hit C, you can then kind of get a top-down view. Huge hit there by Dab. 24K off the Republic, and then that Baji that I was talking about earlier finishes him off. Well played to the Baji. Look at him on quarter HP, has been fighting and battling over here in a double down tier for him the entire game. Hats off to that Baji as well. Now Dab is looking at this beautiful Satsuma broadside. You, sir, have done messed up. So Dab showing, hey, I know where the Citadel is right there. I can get the cheek. He's going to back up, though, so I'm going to shoot a little bit more of the flat part there. Just expert, stellar marksmanship here by Dab. The entire game. Knowing where to shoot. Improving it right there. 40K'ing the Satsuma. Only one sit there, just all pens. Knowing where to aim. Well done to Dab. That's now putting the Satsuma in a really tough place. Again, the friendly carrier here can almost finish off the Satsuma. Dab almost can. The Baji's going to have a much better time finishing off this man. Or even the Zed's Peds here. The Zed's already in the capstone the points. The Full Metal is in there as well. And Bravo stalling the points. Flipping this game around. Dab's going to get the kill confirm here because we want those big guns out of the game. And the points taken off from the enemy team. Well done. Already at 252K with a Confederate and a high cal already. Dab's not done. Dab is not done. We have basically done what we can, utilized our ship, put the marksmanship to the test, let the team get back into it, and done everything we can. He's still got 3/4 of his HP left and 4 heals. The man is just showing that he knows what to do in his boat. I'm excited about this. I watched this replay for the first time and I
Battle ends in
thought to my
5
head,
minutes.
textbook Vermont play. Everything you would want to see from a Vermont player to try his best to keep his team in, know how to aim, know the mechanics of the boat, know its pluses and minuses, its strengths and weaknesses, and just doing what he can to help out his team here. Uh-oh. And Dab spots an Essex. Oh, but it went dark. Oh, Dab's thinking, I think I can get rounds off on this Essex. And you know what? He's thinking right. There go the rounds into the Essex. 23, almost 24k away. Blind, can't see the Essex. But Dab knows his stuff and he knows
Our
his boat.
victory is in
Full
sight.
Metal in the Ohio's getting some warm-up rounds into the Essex, and Dab's watching those beautiful shells go in. 43k off the Essex. And Full Metal's going to finish him, or the Hanover rather. Got a Burgoyne 26k away. Low HP. That should be getting finished here pretty soon. This was a hell of a game by Dab, putting all the knowledge of the boat to at hand. Going through adversity of, I hate to say it, chat was a bit
Anti-aircraft gun
cancerous here.
crews are on
Happy
full
that
alert.
I've covered that up. Trop here.
Our victory
Might
is
as well
in
hit the
sight.
FAA, get some more XP, kill some more planes. Why the hell not? And there it is. There's the Trump. Trump's basically waving the white flag. Dab just volleys in him at him, showing again I know how to play my boat and do what I can to try to get off rounds here at the end. Their div picks up the shoulder-to-shoulder medal there, just absolutely clutching their work by their div here. In particular, Full Metal, shout out Full Metal, and Dab here working together. Full Metal realizing they need
Anti-aircraft
to
gun.
get those points off and get into the cap. Dab helping out the team. There we go. They pick up the general offensive. That is a hell of a game by Mr. Dab. Let's go, Dabiggrich. This was a hell of a Vermont game. Awesome, awesome. You can see the credits he made there. Holy smokes. Almost 1.5 million in credits. 89 hits. Like I said, I think we only had, what, 1 or 2 salvos, and they were at range where he missed. Really just showing he knows his boat and knows the guns on that boat very, very well. Picking up the general offensive from their div. Dab picking up the Confederate. They got a strike team here, so their division needs to deal at least 50% of damage to the total base HP of enemy ships. Hey, Chingao, they put in work here, guys. Shoulder to shoulder, division needs to cause at least damage to 10 enemy ships. Dab did that by himself. Dab damaged 10 ships by himself, probably doing 20%. So Dab basically picked up this shoulder to shoulder medal by himself, honestly. And I'll show that here in the post game stuff. And of course, the high caliber for almost 300k damage, 299,000 damage. But boys, putting his boat to work, showing what needs to be done, and shooting where he needed to, resulted in almost 3k base experience, 2.9 base experience. That is a huge game. Full Metal, by his own right, had a hell of a game here too. That's 2.2k base. That's nothing to slouch on either. Even their Des Moines that died somewhat early in their div with 1.5k base. That's a hell of a game, too, for most players. So their div did some work here. I'll show you in the detailed report here. Dab with just all the ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ships damaged. So as I mentioned, that shoulder-to-shoulder medal, Dab basically did that himself with just a little bit of damage on the gearing, but still basically did the shoulder-to-shoulder medal for an entire 3-man div by himself. That is a huge, huge game. Spotting damage. Picking up spotting damage in a Vermont. Almost 72k spotting damage in a Vermont. Not huge potential damage, but you know what? He still had, 4 heals left. The Vermont doesn't get the greatest armor, so having 1.4 million potential damage in a Vermont against the big guns that he was against, definitely, again, Dab showing that he knows how to angle his ship properly. He was playing with those speeds. throwing his weight around. Hell of a game here. Just overall, one of the best Vermont games that I've ever seen. Um, and shout out to you, Dab. Again, full metal as well. But Dab, shout out to you. This was a hell of a game. Thank you for sending me the replay. If you guys want to see more replays, feel free to send them in to me, and I'll try to get more content out like this in the future. But Dab, thank you for sending this replay and sharing this with me. I'm sorry I couldn't get it up sooner, but this was just a hell of a game. Thank you so much. You guys all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.